Welcome to Shambhavi Spectrum, Marketing Magic Industry Insight series. And this is a first for us that we have a lovely person, Shweta Dalmia, here, who is celebrating her birthday with us today. How good is that? I'm loving it. Wish you many happy returns of the day, Shweta. Welcome to our Spectrum. And please tell me your little bit about your background and tell me a little bit about Climapreneur. What was it behind this name? What makes you sustainable? Why behind your whole organization? Tell me that.
Firstly, thank you so much. Thank you for making this day extra special. So, like yesterday only someone like texted me, like I told them about this interview. So they were like, this is just the start. And see, your birthday has already started with a little milestone. So thank you for making it like so special. Also, like with Climapreneur, I don't know, like sometimes I just do like fall short of words. I sometimes like I do not know like where the journey started. I think it was quite, maybe it was quite early, the way like my schooling happened, the kind of experiences I have had. So I think I always had this thing in me ki I have to do something. I always had this thing that I am made for a bigger purpose, and a lot of times there were experiences when during even my school time, so there were people who used to come and tell me, Shweta, when you speak, the world has to listen. So at that point of time, I didn't really get what that person is saying. I was like, theek hai, maybe like they just love me too much, so they are saying this. But slowly and slowly things started shaping up for me. So I guess I did my bachelor's in medical biotechnology. During that time, I went to a lot of hospitals in Delhi. I was working under a genetic counselor. So my life was sorted that I want to be a genetic counselor now. And this is what I love because, I love genetics, I love psychology, I love talking to people. And that was the reason I chose genetic counseling. So, I was working in a lot of hospitals in Delhi. I did Fortis, Apollo, and a lot of other hospitals. And during that time, an opportunity came my way when I had to travel to London and US. So that was a point of in my life, when I actually sat in the plane, I was like, I didn't know anything. I just thought, okay, I'll do my bachelor's, I'll come back to India, I'll do masters in genetic counseling, and life is sorted. And I didn't know what, like, how come this happened. So there was this, like, the place that I used to stay in London, so there was this one window. Every morning I used to take my cup of coffee to that window, and from that window you could just see clouds, trees, and everything. It sounds filmy, but I felt that they were saying something to me. I felt that they were telling me that, Shweta, no, you, there is something, and London will tell you what is there for you. So someone told me, Shweta, why not pursue something in climate change? And climate change was, at that point of time, was like me doing geography. Like, really, like, this is something different. I have never thought about it. Then during that time, I was like, okay, let's try, let's see what happens. And I had, like, I remember the day I went to London. So from the first day my flight landed, I saw London Eye at the last day when we were about to take off. I did not, like, go out to cafes, eat anything. Everything, every time, just there was one thing on my mind: कि इस time को हम कैसे useful बनाए? What is there that I'm doing to enhance my skills? Maybe attending conferences, talking to different people. So I'll, like, keep it short. Like, there was this. It's a very funny incident actually. So I used to attend a lot of conferences, be it AI, be it climate change, and all other things. So I booked one of the conferences in London, and at that point of time, I took a wrong bus. So if, say, the conference was at point A, I reached the point Z, and till
Oh,
the point I realized, oh my god, I'm at the wrong bus. I was like, should I go back? Should I not? But I thought, Shweta, let's go back. Dekha jayega jo hoga. Maybe it would have ended, but let's see what happens. I reached that place, and to my surprise, I was the only student at that conference.
oh.
So all of the people there were scientists, researchers, someone were the heads at the London Tube. And I was like, how would I do that? Like, can I do this? So my inner voice says, Shweta, you have to do this. This is your chance. I went inside. I don't drink black coffee, but that day I don't know if I was nervous. Like, there was someone behind me, Shweta, some black coffee, and I just said yes. I only know that how did I finish that cup of black coffee. So, at that point of time, there was this one person, Professor Chris Rapley, who's also my mentor and someone, because of him, I am where I am today. So he was giving the speech. So he told one thing that, climate action and stories could be related. And it just stuck me. I was like, I always want to talk to people. I love talking to people. So why not? Because if there is a mix and match, let's do it, Shweta. I went to him, I talked to him, I said, Chris, so he didn't know me at that point of time. So this is what I want to do. He gave me his card. And at that point of time, I made my own cards. I didn't have a profession. I was a student, but Climapreneur was a term that was in me from 2018. So I didn't know like it will become a company one day. And we just printed, being kiddish. I was like, I need to have a card. So what will I give people if I talk to them? Under that card, I wrote Shweta Dalmia, Climapreneur, just that.
Right.
And that's how it happened.
So
So
there was vision. There was vision always that there was
there
something,
was
and like you
exactly.
said, there was a calling. So for the benefit of my audience, some of whom are students, some of who are entrepreneurs, tell me something just in very simple way. What does Climapreneur do?
So climapreneurs are entrepreneurs driving climate action. One thing I would like to say to everyone who's listening to us right now, that climate action is transdisciplinary. Be it you are loving drawing, be it you're loving comedy, be it you love listening to music or even singing music, or be it science, be it mathematics. Whatever passion you have, you can actually incorporate climate action into it and just make your lives meaningful and do something that will like keep you waking up every morning. So like what happened with me was, when I went for climate change, people told me this thing, what is climate change, weather forecasting, heck, like are you going to open an NGO afterwards? So I was like, no. And at that point of life, the kind of job, the kind of career I imagined for myself, it didn't exist. And us time pe, I really felt the need of these stories of people like you, stories of people like we have had on the show, because these stories are our guidance. Like Shambhavi, I'm 100% sure that you have had your own journey, you have had your own struggles, like we also talked about it, right? So I
Yes.
want people to understand that climate change sirf NGO nahi hai. Climate change is not something part time. I remember this one thing. So I was in a school. So there was this kid who came up to me, was like, Didi, you know what, I see this ocean, and ocean में से बहुत plastic है. I want to do something, but my mom and dad want me to become a CA. तो क्या मैं side से कुछ कर सकता हूँ? So I was like, if you think you love, or like you have the cause, so why not pursue a career in it? And उनके लिए that thing is alien, because they do not know how. So that is what climapreneurs are. They're entrepreneurs driving climate action, and their stories will help these youth, these people, to be climapreneurs, to be, create solutions, to be solution amplifiers, to just take that solutions out everywhere. So that is what climapreneur is.
Okay. And so what is your role in Climapreneur? This is for the benefit of my audience who doesn't know, okay?
So someone told me this thing, like when we were in the ideation phase, that Shweta, climapreneur is literally your mirror image. So
Okay.
I am like, I don't know, like I think I'm just a, like my father says कि हर चीज का एक जरिया होता है. मैं सिर्फ एक जरिया हूँ जो क्लाइमाप्रेन्योर को लोगों तक लेके जा रही हूँ. I'm no one. I do not call myself कि I'm the one doing this. I'm not doing this. Maybe the people around me, they are wanting me to do this, and maybe it's just the universe wanting me to do this. So what I do is, I'm working for people. I create content, I do marketing, I talk to people. So I'm the founder basically, but there is a team behind me. There are people behind me who are making this happen, because I could have never done this alone. And in fact, you are one of the people who made Climapreneur happen. So
Thank you.
everyone is a part of it. I'm not alone.
Right, right. Thank you so much. Yes, and that was the platform that we met. And for those
Right.
of our audience who do not understand Hindi, man is an instrument of God, or there is a divine intervention
Sorry.
always which happens, which which I just want to incorporate out here. Let me go back a little bit into time and ask you. So you said you were a student in school and you always had scientific inclination towards science.
Right.
Was that right? Okay. And then, so you studied genetic counseling and you were looking at yourself as becoming an expert in that field till you had London happen to you. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then, so when you came back, is that 2018, Shweta?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And
No,
then, so
20.
from,
Okay. So,
sorry?
I went to London for a short course, and then, in 2018, I went back to do my master's, and then finally we came back to India in 2019. So that was, I think, November 2019, after completing my
Okay.
master's.
Okay. And so and your master's was
Master's in climate change.
in climate change. Tell me something. Studying masters in climate change, how is that enhanced your knowledge in terms of for any normal person? Like, I've not studied. I looked at climate in a different way. I was not even looking at climate. I was looking at scrap. When we met, that is what we discussed. So, and I know I have heard some of your podcasts which you have with people, which are everything is revolving around sustainability. Everything is about repurpose, recycling, and things like that. So, how did that education, that masters, how did that influence your decision, or what kind of changes have you made to your life after that particular course?
So I'll tell you, like, what happened with me was I knew that I had to do something in climate change. But at that point also, I did not know that what I have to do. Like I didn't know that I have to do this podcast. I just knew that like I have the power within me to drive a positive change. And I, maybe I have that collaborative power. So I felt that Shweta, you have to use your strengths, you have to use your skills to do something. So like when I did climate change, everyone around me told me ki Shweta, why are you doing this? But I thought that if I have to do something in this field, I need to learn myself before telling anyone else. So that was the reason I chose climate change. And when I actually went to my first, so even attending the first class was a challenge. There's an entire journey behind it. I spent so many sleepless nights. There was a point when everything felt like everything is breaking. I Reaching London was one of the biggest struggles of my life. I still cannot believe it the way I did it, and also like coming to the sorry, like I just get so much switches.
No
So
problem.
coming to the point back to climate change. So when I attended the first class, I had a scientific background. I did not know any of these subjects. Writing papers in the first semester was a big task for me. I didn't know climate dynamics. I knew nothing. But that one thing told me I knew zero about those courses, but it gave me the power to struggle. It gave me the power to fight. It was basically like learning an Italian language from
Okay.
scrap. So that happened
Hmm.
to me. And during that time, what really pulled me was when I was in London, I was attending a lot of these conferences, a lot of these psychology sessions. I did a lot of things, and those things told me one thing, that at that point there were these climate strikes going on, and I used to work in a store as well. So once what happened was that there was these climate strikes, and I was in a store. So there was this one kid who came up to me, was like, can I have a bag, please, a plastic bag? So I was like, did you attend the climate strike? So he was like, yes. So I was like, then why are you asking for it? So, he was a kid. He was like, I don't know, like maybe. So he got, so that's when I realized that Shweta, these people on the road, these youth, they have huge potential. But then what is stopping them? I realized that they were the skills, that was the knowledge that is stopping them. And yes, that and all these experiences like really keep shaping my opinions, keep shaping my like all the background I have had. Or also while I was in UCL, so there I attended, I was in a part of a group. So in that group I was again the only student. The group was led by my mentor Chris, and we had neuroscientists there, we had people from NASA and a lot other people. So there we had a different approach, like everyone used to talk about different things from their different angles. So that also really helped me shape this kind of like this kind of approach. I would say one thing I've always heard from people was that, Shita, you have a very different approach for climate change. I always say climate action. You will like if you ask me to talk about climate change, maybe I would just say a minute about it. But you ask me to speak about climate action, I can speak at length and length. I don't know, it happens to me naturally. So those were the experiences that shaped me this way. Yeah. And just one last thing I'd
So
like
what
to
you're
add here.
saying, yeah, sure, go ahead.
A few weeks ago, so I was sharing this podcast with a mentor, and that was a surprise to my mentor. He sent me a research paper. He was like, Shweta, this research paper verifies your climate approach. And I
Right.
had been saying this approach for like I think 1 or 2 years now.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is actually, though people have intent and they want to do, but they don't really do anything, any action, so that the impact can be there ultimately. And you have taken it upon yourself to convey this stories of different climapreneurs, as you call them, as they are a
Yes.
part of their stakeholders, and they are a part of your podcast and your journey or your content writing. And where you share about them to people, and these are actionable things which people can actually incorporate into their daily lives as well. So that is very that's very nice. So one of the components of my discussion usually is marketing magic. So what kind of marketing do you do for yourself? How do you promote climapreneurs? Which what are the formats that you're available? Where do you promote yourself? What do you do about it, and how do you track it?
So with marketing magic, I would say that since I was from science background, I knew nothing about marketing. With me, what has worked as magic in terms of marketing is speaking my heart out. Be it while I'm writing something, be it when I'm planning some campaigns, and also like before we like do end into the discussion, I would like to tell that people that I work on zero marketing budget. I do not have marketing budget. My father told me this one thing that that when people have thousands now, they can create things, but you show me creating things working from scratch. And I think when you work, like I get this question a lot of times that I do not have money, I do not have this. I would like to just tell people that when you do not have money, when you have less resources, that resources are actually pushing you to think out of the box. And for me, what has worked with Climapreneur is that thing that happens inside me, how it's gonna happen. I like that really pushes me to think out of the box, and that has really helped me market Climapreneur. So I haven't spent anything, like I wouldn't say anything, but we can say like 2,000 or 3,000 rupees in INR. That would be our total marketing spend in this span of 1 year. Like we'll be completing 1 year on 23rd October. So
congratulations for that as well.
So
I can't believe it's just 1 year, whereas the kind of impact that you've had and the good name that you've earned for yourself. So let us talk. I'm all for owned media, Shweta, and I really believe that you should, whatever possible, what you have, you use that before you start spending and before you really kind of expand into that arena. So tell me something. Does Climapreneurs have a Facebook page?
Yes.
You have a Facebook page, and it's all organic likes, I suppose, the way
all organic.
Yeah. Okay. How many followers or how many likes do you have? What is how many number of people are following? And I hope the audience who are listening this start following it. We'll share the links in the description later on. So tell me that, how many people do you have who are roughly following?
Like a major channel is Instagram. So that is where a major engagement happens on Instagram. I think we have somewhere around 1,100 something followers, and same way on LinkedIn, we have I have my personal followers. That is something else. And on LinkedIn page, I guess we have like somewhere 500 or something. And then YouTube is different. Facebook also, like Facebook, I think it would be like under 200 something. I have to work on Facebook, but like I don't know, like cause I just work more on Instagram and all these different platforms. And also like we are also on like some of these short video platforms.
So like short video platforms
like MX Takatak, like these are some, like I think different countries would have their different platforms. So like MX Takatak, and also Josh. These are the little platforms that I keep trying. Triller, I keep trying. Obviously, I would like to add here is that I'm not perfect. Every day, sometimes it happens that I'm not able to post things. So it's okay. Like
I know.
I remember,
especially if you're doing it alone, definitely it is okay. I think consistency doesn't have to be every day. It can be on a regular basis, and visibility, that is also fine. That's okay.
I'll tell you, on Instagram we have had like 401 posts now.
Okay.
And every post, like it's a struggle sometimes. Like there have been numerous times when I have felt so low that okay, I need to post something, I need to create, because I am the one who is creating things. I'm the one who is thinking about how to like send it to people, or the kind of content I want to create. And also like I am not a designer, I'm not a graphic designer, and I cannot afford a one graphic designer at that point of time. So if you'll see the Instagram page also, the designs have improved. So when I started, I remember this one thing, I was like, my designs are not good, I'm not good as that person. And one of my friends told me that, Shweta, you have to see the journey.
Yes.
There you have to see what page of book you are on, what page are they on. You cannot compare your first page to someone else's 100th page. Take inspiration from them, try to be better every day, but do not judge yourself.
No, I would actually also say one more thing, that you're not a designer. Your core competency actually lies in the content that you're talking about, Climapreneur. So the design is only a picture, which is something which could be a sunrise, sunset, which you've taken from your phone camera, which is okay. Ultimately, it is the content, because if you're selling a design, then it is different. Otherwise, it's just another photograph. This is my take on it.
No, you're definitely right. And also one more thing, that people who are like starting out in these fields, always keep your minds open, because like some of the best ideas have come to me while something bad, not bad I would say, but a challenge came in front of me, and that was when an idea came out. This thing that I really posted, like I think 2 to 3 days back on LinkedIn. So what happened was, like, I was very emotional at that point of time. I was, I think, trying to sleep, and this just a paragraph came into mind. I was talking to myself. I thought, should I do this? Should I just post it? I was like, yes, do it. You know, you have to share your journey. You have to be
Yes.
as like as true you can be. Do not
Right.
be afraid of like people judging you. Do not be
Yeah.
afraid.
No, we all have our lows and highs, and that definitely it does make a difference. So, do you blog? Do you use blogs?
I do not use blogs much. Like, this is one of the things that we might incorporate, like in like when we go like in further in time. So I do not do that right now. Yeah.
Okay. And so, tell me, support group for entrepreneurs is very important, right?
Hmm.
I mean, in your journey, because you always have the naysayers, you always have somebody, and
Yes.
you some days you just probably want to, just sit, be quiet, and just listen to your inner voice. So, who works around in your support group? I mean, who are the people? Like you said, some friend. You mentioned some
Hmm.
friends, and you mentioned your father. Who else is there in your support group who helps you apart from your mentor, of course?
Like I would say, these are the people around me. Sometimes, like it had happened me every single time. So there was like once when I was feeling low, one of my listeners, she texted me that, Shweta, your podcast is amazing. It helps me get from my low zone to my high zone. So I don't know. Like, I honestly feel the universe has my back, and whenever I feel down, universe does not want me to feel down. It sends a medium to me. Like, for example, sometimes like for example, I interviewed you. These people, they are my support system. I gain encouragement from them. There was this one person who I just met over Instagram through my work. She is my anchor. I can really go back, text her, I'm not feeling well, what should I do? So she'll just be like, give me some good encouraging words. And apart from that, one of my biggest anchors some is definitely my father. you know because I know, like, I would just like to add this one thing here. Why I'm doing everything is for him, because his smile is a place where my world resides. And I realized it very sooner that, the way, actually very earlier, that if I have to do that, I need to do something which I love doing, which I
Right.
can give my 100% to it. And that this was this place. Whenever I feel down, my dad would like, it's okay, it will happen. He'll give me his stories. That is how we set up the business. That is how we work. My dad really works, I think, if 16, 17 hours a day. I've seen him working tirelessly. And that is what gives me encouragement. If he can do it, I can do it. Just one last thing I'll add here. Every morning when I leave home for office, so he just, like, this is one line also from a song. Tell me, go write a different story for today.
Lovely. Very nice.
So that is what motivates me every single day.
So the support of family and friends is so important, especially when, like you said, there are so many challenges, there are so many things which could be big or small, a struggle, but something which motivates you to get up and go every day to work has to be from your passion. It has to come from because you believe in it. And that is really wonderful. Tell me something. I'm interested in knowing about, are there any courses, academic courses, short term, long term, available in India for people to do learn about climate change or
Yes,
climate action? There are.
I would say that, I wouldn't say that like the exact courses, but there are really some good courses that are available online. Some are like on Coursera, and also, like, some courses are free. I
Hmm.
learned everything, like a lot of things I learned online for free. But I would just tell people that whenever you are pursuing a course, I might be wrong, that you are the expert here. Just do it without any expectations. I remember this one thing, when there was lockdown. I was pursuing this social media course. At that point of time, we didn't have a social media page. So I was like, why should I do this? What will I do learning from this? I was like, nah, Shweta, let's do it. And I did it without any expectation, and subconsciously those things are helping me now. And
Right.
apart from courses, I would say that, like, these, like, I'm not self promoting myself, but there are amazing, talks out there on YouTube. There are amazing documentaries. There are amazing people. So go learn from them, because what you will learn from them is different. It's special. It's coming right from the ground reality.
So please do all self-promotion. There's absolutely no point. Do give me a link. I'll share that in the podcast. Tell me some of your favorite authors or books that you have read or the podcasts that you listen to. Please tell me something about
So
that.
one of my absolute favorite books is The Company of One. I'm sorry, I do not remember the author, but The Company of One, like I recommend everyone to listen to, like, sorry, to read that book. You know, it'll give you a lot of insights. And you know, while I was reading Company of One, because we always have this notion of scaling, like what is scaling, what is, you know, profits, but that will give you a different notion. I won't like break it for you, but Company of One is definitely one of my books. And recently, one of my friends gifted me The Talent Code. So that is basically, again, you're practicing a skill. And then there is The Art of Possibility. That is
Mm.
another amazing book that I really like. And
Okay.
yeah, and also if I have to talk about some shows and everything, I love Oprah. Oprah Winfrey is my, you know, like she's one person I have, like, literally, I think I would have seen a lot of her videos, you know, backstage, on screen. And also, one of the things that I really do is, and someone who's wanting to enter into the space, you know, like, do see the backstage. If you find behind the scenes video, definitely go for that. Because, you know, like, I'll tell you one thing, there are a lot of podcasts, I see their behind the scenes. So when I shared someone else, they see something else. But what I see is, you know, how the camera is set up. Or some, I think I remember one of the Oprah's video. So before a podcast, like, you know, I am definitely self-prepared. I'll read everything available for the guest on the internet, and I do a lot of preparation before actually sitting for the interview. So one day I was a bit short on time. I was like, how would I do it? Will I be able to do this? And that point of time, I saw Oprah's video, and she said this one thing. You know, I was very nervous while I was interviewing this guest. I was like, she is nervous at this stage, so it's okay, Shweta. It's okay to feel that way. So definitely, you know, these things
Yes.
sometimes give, I'm not like, I don't know, like, how should I frame it, but definitely go see these things out.
Right. I think accepting yourself that you are
Yes.
not perfect is one of the
Hmm.
things which is, be kind to yourself. I keep saying
Definitely.
that to people and tell all youngsters that. So what is the mantra that you live by? Tell me that.
I don't know. Like, I just know one thing, that the universe has definitely got my back, and I know the path is difficult. The path wasn't meant to be easy. I just have to keep walking on, and I just have to do the good things. You know, this is
Okay.
again one thing that my father always tells me, is that always do the good things. Do not run behind money. You know, money will eventually come your way, but just
Right.
do the good thing. Always, at the end of the day, I should feel happy, if not happy, but, you know, like, always look for those small little milestones that you're trying to do. And just one, I always just say this one thing, that in my dictionary, failure does not exist.
But
Because I
that's
feel, you know, no, because what I feel is that, what is failure? The day I do
that.
not stand up is failure. The day when I have failed and I'm like, I don't want to do it, maybe, you know, there's another path to it. If I go seeking for that path, that is good. What is failure? Failure is
That's
just a, you know, because if, for example, today I didn't post anything safe, it could be a very little example. Tomorrow I'm getting back to my feet, I'm getting back to fight again, I'm getting back stronger. Is that failure? No, it's not failure. Failures, if you say, they are detours in the right direction. For example, just one last thing I'll say here. For me, in my life, a lot of things have not worked out, and I still remember being miserable at that point of time. I was like, why? But that was a detour in the right direction. Me taking
right.
the wrong bus was a detour in the right
Right.
direction. You know, I'll just tell you one thing. This again, there was this point in my life. I went to Paris. So what happened was, you know, Paris May, there was this one entrepreneurial program that was happening. I did not have money to pay for that. I did not have money to pay for the flight tickets. I manifested Paris, and I truly believe that. I went there absolutely free, but getting the visa was such a huge task. I had my visa appointment at, say, for one place, and I reached the wrong place, and my appointment was due. It was heavily raining. I did not have the money to take a cab to reach another place, or I did not want to, because if I would have done that, I wouldn't have my weekly budget. So
Hmm.
I walked to that place, and it was raining. My phone's battery died out. I was in a city where I didn't know any maps, and only I know the way I reached that place. So, you know, it happened for me, but I have to have had my share of struggles, challenges, or whatever you call it. And just one last thing finally, that do not be, be like, "Ki kyun ho raha hai? Why is this happening with me?" These are stories. Come on, tomorrow
Stories.
you'll tell these
Yes.
stories to people.
Of course, yes. It's not always an easy path. It is a struggle, and everybody has their own challenges and struggles.
Correct.
So, which is good for us to remember. And I am not so sure, but I think one of the struggles which we are having today is a little bit with our internet connection. I hope, for whatever it's worth, our conversation is good. I'm so enjoying talking to you, and I would love to talk a bit more. Since you are a person who's into action, we can wrap up this conversation with you telling some one or two points of action which people can take and incorporate into their daily lives so that there is a climate change or whatever, what action we can take. Tell
I'll
something like.
just tell this one simple thing to everyone who's listening to us right now. Just be conscious. You know, just live in the moment. From the point of your life, you start being conscious, you start living the moment, you'll start making choices that are sustainable. So, because like you might know that during your times, or my father often tells me that during their times, a lot of things weren't there. Like today, also he does not purchase the new clothes. I do not purchase clothes like every now and then. It's for us, it's still like festivals, or it's still like whenever a cloth has just like gone its cycles. I still have t-shirts 7 years old. So I would just say that be conscious and do not just run in the rat race. Do not be like, okay, that person has it, so I have to have it. No, the point we start doing this, we'll start incorporating little changes in our lives. And also with sustainability, do not compare yourself. Like with a lot of sustainable entrepreneurs, I feel that one thing I often see is that they have this fear of judgment. See, I'm a sustainable entrepreneur and I'm doing this, what will people tell me? So it's okay, everyone has their own journey. For example, you made your skincare stay sustainable, I made my hair care sustainable, but I'm on a journey, I'm moving one step forward. Keep moving one step forward always, but do not be feel like what I'm doing, this it does not has to make you feel bad. So your life is special, feel good. And sustainability is not to make you feel bad, it's going to make you feel more filler from inside. And definitely do practice meditation, it's going to help you. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much for that, Shweta. It was a power-packed, conversation-packed, action-packed talk that we had. And from my side, I really wish you all the very best, a very happy birthday, and many, many more happy returns, and more climate proners coming your way. Bye for now. We'll catch you again. And congratulations one more time on completing 1 year for your organization. Thank you. Hang around. We'll meet offline. Till then, bye.